So welcome student. So today we will read electrochemistry and this is the first class of electrochemistry. So in this chapter we will read first what is electrochemical cell. You know, in our day-to-day life we are using different types of cells. So you know some cells use chemical energy to produce electrical energy and some cells actually they produce what electrical energy due to chemical energy. So you see, so in the electrochemical cell, it is of two types. One is called galvanic cell and another one is called electrolytic cell. So one is galvanic cell and another one is electrolytic cell. Clear? So in galvanic cell, it converts chemical energy to electrical energy, and electrolytic cell, it converts electrical to chemical. Suppose if you use one example, you see one example. Suppose if you take a battery, okay, torch battery. So torch battery, you know, due to chemical energy, it produces electrical energy. So the torch battery cannot be rechargeable. Okay, but if you take the example of mobile battery, then mobile battery both means it converts chemical to electrical, and when recharging also it electrical to what? Again chemical energy. So that's why in our day-to-day life we are using different types of cells, and these cells are known as electrochemical cell. So electrochemical cells are of two types, galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. Clear? Galvanic cell convert chemical to electrical and electrolytic cell convert electrical to chemical. So first we will read what is galvanic cell. So in galvanic cell, it due to spontaneous chemical reaction, electricity is produced. So galvanic cell, it is of two types. One is called chemical cell and another one is called concentration cell. So in chemical cell means that galvanic cell in which the electricity is produced due to chemical change, and in concentration cell electricity is produced due to physical change. Understood? So here electricity is produced due to chemical change and here electricity is produced due to physical change occurring within the cell. Okay? So this is the meaning of a galvanic cell. So actually in this chapter there are two parts. First part is galvanic cell, second part is electrolytic cell. Clear? So we will read now detail what is galvanic cell now. So we will read now what is galvanic cell. So in normally you see, suppose if you take one example, suppose a beaker. Inside this beaker, if I will take zinc sulfate and if we will put zinc metal inside this, is there any chemical reaction? Can zinc metal displaces zinc from zinc sulfate? No. That means this reaction is not possible. So if this reaction is not possible, then according to thermodynamics we can say that it is not feasible. Again, it is not feasible. Delta G value greater than 0. Clear? Similarly, if you take another container, so inside this container, suppose if you take copper sulfate and deep copper metal inside this. So can copper displace copper from copper sulfate? No. So this reaction also not possible. This reaction also not possible. Clear? And these are also not a chemical reaction. And here both the case delta G value is greater than 0. Now if we will externally connect with one galvanometer, okay, externally we will connect with the wire with a galvanometer. This is the setup now. Okay, then what will happen? So in this setup, is there any reaction? So can zinc react with zinc sulfate? No. Copper can react with copper sulfate? No. Delta G value is dash, delta G value is greater than 0, hence it is not possible. So that's why according to thermodynamics we know we need some driving force. So what we'll do, outside will connect with one battery whose potential is less than 1.1 volt. So when this cell, when it is connected with a battery whose potential is less than 1.1 volt for a very short period of time, only to make the reaction possible. Clear? So when will pass externally less than 1.1 volt electricity in the opposite direction of the flow of current in the cell, then following reaction takes place. So following reaction takes place means in the left hand side zinc metal, it is present in which state? Solid state. So zinc metal loses electron. So zinc metal loses electron and it gives Zn2 plus aqueous plus 2E. So you see, when this zinc metal loses electron, this Zn2 plus, it goes to the solution. Initially solution is neutral, but when Zn2 plus enter into the solution, this side solution become positive. Clear? So these two electron, you see, when one zinc atom loses 2 electron, yes or no, per atom 2 electrons, so these electrons are accumulated over the surface of this zinc. That's why this electrode behaves like negative electrode and it is called anode. It is called anode. Clear? So when this electron, so the flow of electron is like this. So if this is anode, then this side is cathode. So if it is negative, then it is positive. So if electron will flow in this direction, current will flow in these directions. Okay, and here the potential will be 1.1 volt. Clear? So in this part, different types of what questions are coming to our mind. Sir, why less than 1.1 volt? If it is greater than 1.1 volt, what will happen? Okay, why sir zinc loses electron? Why not copper? So different what questions are coming, and this part will read one by one. Clear now? So when this electron, you see, when this electron will come to this side, from the solution, copper is in which state? Cu2 plus aqueous, it gain 2 electron and it will become copper solid. That means from the solution, copper 2 plus deposited over copper. Clear? So when the reaction takes place, clear, zinc metal loses its mass and copper metal gains its mass. Clear? So like this, so electron will flow from anode to cathode and current will flow from cathode to anode. Clear now? Now see, if you add these two, so this part is oxidation and this part is reduction. So if you add these two electron will cancel. So it will be zinc solid plus Cu2 plus aqueous gives rise to Zn2 plus aqueous plus copper solid. Clear? So is it a redox reaction? Yes. One is undergoing oxidation, another one is undergoing reduction. Hence, this is a redox reaction. Clear? So, galvanic cell reaction, it is a redox reaction. Left side oxidation, right side reduction. Left side negative, positive. Anode, cathode. Clear now? Now, you see, if you think according to physics format, you see, if this is a circuit, then it is an open circuit. And we know in open circuit, current will never flow. So what we will do here, now we will connect these two with one inverted U tube, which is called a salt bridge, So inside this salt bridge, the mouth is actually fitted with cotton, okay, and inside this salt bridge we can take different types of salt like KCl, KNO3, NaNO3 we can take. Suppose we will take KCl, and this KCl, it is a solid, so KCl, it is mixed with or dissolved in a inert electrode that is called agar-agar gel. agar gel or gelatin. Okay, now question is coming, sir. When we are taking an inverted U tip, this chemical will never fall inside this. No, here cotton plug is there. And what is the function of salt bridge? It maintains the electrical neutrality between the two half cell, and it connects the two half cell. How it maintains the electrical neutrality? You see. So here you see, after the reaction, this side Zn2 plus number is more, because after zinc, when it loses electron, left hand side Zn2 plus number increases. This side copper 2 plus ion decreases. That's why SO4 2 minus ion increases. So this side solution behaves like positive. This side solution behaves like negative. Inside this KCl. KCl is K plus and Cl minus. So to this mouth, here you see, here extra ion is Zn2 plus, and here to the mouth Cl minus will come. Similarly, here to the mouth K plus will come, and here from the solution SO4 2 minus will come. Suppose you see, if you will take a magnet, and inside this, suppose over this magnet, if you will take one paper, okay, and outside suppose you will take some iron fillings. So if you will do like this, both iron and magnet attract iron. But you see, there is no physical contact between iron and magnet. Why? Because middle is paper. So here also you see, here cotton plug, this is K plus, here SO4 2 minus. That's why K plus and SO4 2 minus, they attract each other, and they never form K2SO4. Similarly, this side Zn2 plus and Cl minus, they attract each other and they never form ZnCl2. So in this way, salt bridge maintains the electrical neutrality. Understood? And it connects the two half cell. So this is called a salt bridge and the functions of a salt bridge. Clear now? But in the exam question will come, depict the galvanic cell. So how can you represent the galvanic cell? So representation of the galvanic cell. So how can you representation of a cell, or cell representation? So how can you represent? Left side is oxidation. So left side, zinc metal loses electron, so it will become Zn2 plus aqueous. Right side, copper 2 plus aqueous, after gaining 2 electron, it will become copper solid. So in slash format we can write. And middle is dash, middle is salt bridge. So this is the representation. Left side, right side, oxidation, reduction, anode, cathode, okay, negative, and this is what? Positive or cation. And middle is dash, so middle is salt bridge. So in shortcut way, we can remember like this. This is called LOAN, lone SC car. Lone SC car. Left hand side, oxidation, anode, negative, lone. This side, right hand side, again reduction, Ca cathode, again Ca cation or positive. So this is called a cell representation of a galvanic cell. And you will remember always, in the cell representation, always will mention aqueous state, okay? But here coefficient will never write, not 2Cu2 plus, not 2Cu solid. So this is called a cell representation. Clear now? So this is the meaning of a galvanic cell and its construction, net, cell reaction. Okay? Then next part is what is electrode potential? What is electrode potential? Okay, electrode potential. So this part we'll read in next video. Okay.